What's going on, guys? It's Sal, and today we're going to be discussing how to counter Bastion in Overwatch, as he's one of those heroes that can very quickly stop a team dead in their tracks if they aren't prepared. Now, there are several heroes that counter Bastion, but there are a select few who, when played correctly, can be Bastion's worst nightmare. Before getting into hero-specific details, I want to chat briefly about some tips regarding countering a hero in general. Now, changing your hero mid-match is an essential part of Overwatch, but oftentimes a team will remain with their starting lineup simply because everyone is already playing the hero that they want, and I understand the mentality behind this, and I'm guilty of it myself. But in order to excel in Overwatch, you have to be willing to change things up to suit the needs of your team. Now, with that out of the way, let's go over some hero matchups that will leave Bastion begging for mercy. First up is Widowmaker. Now, this matchup is fairly straightforward, as since Bastion can't move when he is in his turret form, he is just asking to be sniped, and the best way to take out Bastion as Widowmaker is to try and put as much distance between you and Bastion as possible, as his attacks are less effective at range while yours aren't. And if you find yourself facing a Bastion who's set up in a close quarters environment, Widowmaker won't be your best option, as Bastion can very easily outdamage her at close range. Next, we have the brothers, Genji and Hanzo. Now, both of these heroes are great at dealing damage to Bastion from a very long way off, but the edge goes to Hanzo, as his attack is only one projectile while Genji shoots 3 projectiles, meaning that Genji has to expose himself for longer. Though, if Bastion can't see you coming and you don't have to worry about getting into cover, Genji will be able to take advantage of his superior attack speed to dispatch Bastion more quickly than Hanzo. Another option for taking out Bastion as Genji is to use Deflect to deflect all of his shots right back to Bastion. Now, in theory, this method works extremely well, but usually if you're dealing with a good Bastion, he won't unload on you once you pop Deflect, but either way, it's a good way to keep Bastion on his toes. Next up is Reaper, and if you can manage to get on top of Bastion with Reaper, like literally on top of him, you will tear him to pieces, and the reason for this is that it's very difficult to be accurate while aiming straight up, and if you don't believe me, just go and try it. Now, because Reaper can teleport such a long distance, getting close to Bastion usually isn't a problem, and Bastion really doesn't have much of an answer to a Reaper in his face. Though, if Bastion does have his team with him, you'll have some problems with this strategy, as Reaper will be in far too deep, unless of course you have your ultimate. Last on the list, and my personal favorite, Symmetra. Now, Symmetra isn't a very obvious counter to Bastion, but she can take out a stationary Bastion very quickly, or at least cause him to retreat, and this comes from her charged secondary attack, which isn't the most dangerous attack out there as it moves so slow, but when used against a stationary target, it can deal huge damage. Even if Bastion sees this attack coming, there's a good chance that he will either get out of the way and allow your team to push forward, or simply take the hit and die outright. But it doesn't stop there. Symmetra's charged attack will also pass through barriers and walls, such as Reinhardt's shield, which will help nullify the extremely annoying combo of Reinhardt and Bastion, and it's very common for a team to clump up behind Reinhardt's shield, such as a Bastion and a Mercy, damage boosting him, but a couple of Symmetras with lots of their charged attacks going at Bastion and Reinhardt should be able to take them out very quickly, or at least discourage them from that particular tactic. A quick bonus tip: while Reinhardt isn't directly a counter to Bastion, he complements heroes like Widowmaker, Genji, and Hanzo when it does come to countering Bastion, as they can simply shoot through Reinhardt's shield and not have to worry about taking damage. At first, Bastion is a hero that seemingly can't be dealt with, but once you get familiar with the heroes that counter Bastion and you're not afraid to change up your hero mid-game, Bastion can be dealt with relatively easily. Click that like button if you're ready to go destroy some Bastions, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Overwatch content. Now everyone, this has been Sal, and I will see you guys next time.